Hello everyone, welcome to a new part of the Planet Coaster series. In this video, I'll be making some stuff for the extra theming on the exit, but also partially for the coaster itself. So it will be quite interesting to see what I can do with that eventually. I have cut this video in 3 parts. When time-lapsed, it's about an hour. Without time-lapsed, it would have been about 5 to 6 hours of just footage. And doing that in one video will mean an hour-long video. So I've cut it into a couple of parts, got some uninteresting things out, and pretty much made it into 3 parts. So this will be part 1 of a small 3-part video. Hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll be talking about what I'm doing in a couple of minutes. Right, so as you can see, I have just created this little house for pretty much people to walk through, and I'll be making a pathing in there in a second. I might be changing the path that I'm using in the center to a queue line later on, once I added some different kind of rides, so that the queue line goes through there, so that the queue line is a little bit themed and hidden as well. But right now it's just a regular pathing, and it took me quite a while to make this. It was just all out of scratch, out of my head. No idea what to build at this point. I lost a lot of, I don't know, creativity to say in the last couple of days. I had no idea what to add to the coaster rides and to the buildings itself. It was quite tough to actually come up with something that fits in the theme, and this was just a part that I was like, alright, I'll just make this, maybe this will give me some creativity, and it eventually did indeed give me some ideas for the exit line and the coaster to you know have a scene around, and you see a little bit of that in this part, and a lot of it in the second part, and the third part will be just about the finishing touches, like the actual scenery around the building. And yeah, basically this was just a quick building that I made. I was just trying some new things, like these bars, trying to get them on the side, and it worked pretty decent. Here I decided that it won't be enough to well, I mean, it won't worth the effort to put them on the sides there. It just didn't look good enough. I would just do it a little differently. Also something that I found out later was you can actually, if you place a roof and a quarter of a tile, like the castle one with the quarter of a round, as you can see in the bottom right now. If you place those, you actually get a quarter grid, which means that you have so much more fine-tuning on your grid compared like with the one that you have right now. You're able to place them more on the way that you want them to. You can make buildings on, instead of making it on full-sized walls, you can make them on quarter-sized walls, which means a lot more diversity in walls and just so much more user input in what you want to build. And I've been using that a lot in the big building that will be part of the coaster. And yeah, I pretty much enjoy building it. I got some new ideas as well to make, and you'll see that after I've made this. Also, shout out to someone on the Planet Coaster forums. Actually, he came up with the tip to use control. If you hold control, you can actually prevent the road, like the path, to auto merge with the ones that are next to it. So that way I was able to make this. I had some issues with pathing. It's still a little bit of pain to make it, but eventually I made it work. And you know, did a little bit of a workaround with some scenery here. And the end result was pretty decent. I was quite happy with it. Anyways, I'll just let the time lapse continue with some music on, and I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes again.
Just because you had the last word doesn't mean I won't get stronger. Watch me reign and slay and conquer.
Alright, as you can see, I've started building on the big building itself, which will be quite a large job to make. As you can see, I've got a lot smaller grid here, thanks to the roof and the quarter tile from the castle. It just allows so much more to actually build. I noticed later on that this wasn't completely in the center, so I had to rethink a little bit, and the end result was pretty decent. I was focusing on building something else. I was focusing on building a really big tower, but for some reason I ended up with what I got here, and yeah, the result, I can't wait to show you guys the result. I'm very happy with it. It was quite a tough job to build all the walls and the roofing on the way that I wanted them to. Some parts are not aligned perfectly in the center, but to be honest, if you look at real life buildings, nothing is perfect, so those kind of non-perfect things are pretty good, and I'm happy that they're in there. To be honest, it just makes it look a little bit more natural. Anyways, back to some music, and I'll see you guys when something interesting happens.
I still hear your voice inside my head. It keeps reminding me of what you said. The time you promised me that you would stay, and then the morning came and you were gone. What a shame. I never thought I had it down. To trust someone I cared about. There is 1,000 words that I could say, but what's the point of doing it anyway? Take a life of every credit, things all turn into a lie. I'm not gonna be dramatic when you wave in your goodbye. Can you try to understand it? Can you look into my eyes? Take a life of I still feel your arms around my skin. The moment when I thought you let me in. 1 minute later, everything was clear. I realized that you would be gone for sure, disappear. I never thought I had it down. To trust someone I cared about. There is 1,000 words that I could say, but what's the point of doing it anyway?
Alright, so here I'm about to build the next like the next level of the building, and it was quite a struggle, and I had to think about some things to make, and yeah, it was quite tough to actually align them up perfectly fine so it would fit, and it took me quite a while and quite a replacing, and yeah, it worked out in the end, but it cost a lot of effort, but it was worth it. And I'm just gonna place the roofing from the next floor. This will also be the last little bit of this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next part. Have a great day.